movie, and I'm at this bar, and there's a couple dudes that are sitting next to me, like rich black dudes. They're at this hotel, right? And they're from, one was from Chicago, the other one was from like the Atlanta area. And I was like, did you guys watch the Kanye thing? And they're like, yeah, we watch it. And I was like, well, what are your thoughts about it? And I was like, they go, it was really fucked up. I mean, that White Lives Matter thing was fucked up. Like, I can't believe he did that shit. And the George Floyd, I fucking can't believe he did that shit. I'm like, what do you think about the stuff he was saying about the Jews? And they both were like, don't they own a lot of shit? And they didn't feel bad about it. They weren't anti-Semitic in any way. They're like, but don't they own a lot of shit?
I talked to a white guy, had the same reaction.
So, and I think the reason why this is because a couple things. I'm glad, Dov, you're here to speak on this, right? First of all, there's only 2% of the country is Jewish. Most people in America have never met a Jewish person.
There's like 14 million Jews in the world.
You think most people in America, I guarantee you, have never met a Jewish person.
In Texas, I didn't understand there were like last...
You meet one, you feel like you met enough, but that's what you feel that way. But most people in America have never met a Jewish person. So I think what's happening is this. They don't know about Jewish history, and they don't know about the Jewish paranoia that is baked into the culture that you grew up with, a lot of my Jewish friends grew up with.
And I don't think they understand why the paranoia exists.
Well, I think we're gonna get into that, right? So Dov, maybe you speak growing up about what was taught to you about the Holocaust and the Spanish Inquisition and the countless times in history where Jews were removed from the country that they were hanging out.
I don't think that I had a different upbringing that everyone else saw.
You ruined it. You ruined it already. You ruined it already.
You had a chance
I don't
to
want
complain.
to fucking talk about it anymore.
One time you get to complain and no one would get mad.
It's unbelievable. I don't think my life was any different than anybody else.
No,
it's unbelievable.
Jews, obviously, but
it's
not
unbelievable how you could be lobbed up an easy dunk, and then you could take it,
You're
and then
being
you could
anti-Semitic
punt
right
it
now,
into the
Andrew.
stands.
You're being...
It's unbelievable. It's truly unbelievable. He had it on a silver platter.
What do you want me to say?
And it's like...
Say your experience and don't say it was just like ours.
I had
I
a lovely Jewish experience. Other people didn't. Okay, so
All right, so then what did he say that was so wrong then?
What does that mean?
No. Go.
So if you had the same experience that everybody else, then what did he say that was so wrong about the Jews? You say you guys own all the banks, you own all the media? Like, that sounds like a good thing.
No. Answer your question. Answer your question because you're about to come around to what we were saying in the first place. But it's very important that you understand this. If you had no different upbringing, than anybody else here, and there's no knowledge base that you have than anybody else here, what was wrong about what was said?
Wow.
Just tell me. You said you had none.
I'm asking you. No, the normal history of the Jewish education.
Right? When you
my family didn't teach it. The movies taught it to me. The Holocaust movies, the classes, the history books. That's where we learned the crazy shit from the Inquisition. My family didn't go top to bottom. And this is what
Can I be honest with you? I'm not saying it's
Yo, really? So if you're saying that, so Kanye didn't say anything wrong. He gave you guys a bunch of compliments.
Did you have
guys own all the banks. You own all
compliments.
It's crazy. No, it's not crazy. It's not
Kanye
crazy.
is very pro-Semitic.
It's not crazy. What was crazy is me offering you the opportunity to explain yourself. But
terrible question.
Andrew knows what I'm doing.
I know what you're doing.
It was a very good question.
If you yell at Dove, don't let the hair fall on your face like that, okay? Because it was doing that a little.
I was putting mad.
Yeah, no, that's
not today. Okay. So, excuse me for speaking on behalf of Jews, but you failed. Okay, so Jews are brought up understanding not only the Holocaust, but what led to the Holocaust. And it's very important to understand what led to the Holocaust, to understand why Jews have a very healthy paranoia about language and ideology that Kanye was saying on the podcast.
Thank you, Dove's proxy.
Now, the average American doesn't learn about what led to it. The average American doesn't know what Kristallnacht is. They don't know what Hitler... What?
That's what I'm going crazy at. Were you not in school? Did you guys not learn that? I'm saying my family particularly did not go through every single line item of the
It's like all the empathy. Literally everybody listening to the podcast right now, everyone listening to the podcast right now was on board. They heard the rant. They were like, Kanye's fucked up. And then Dove is just going... You're just evaporating. The empathy is evaporating.
Don't speak about me. Speak about people.
On behalf of Jews, I'm fuming right now.
Don't be fuming. Jeez.
Let me just get on.
What's wrong with you?
So they don't know the history that led up to the Jew. A lot of Americans, I don't think they actually believe this, but the history is taught like this: is like Jews were living in Germany, then 1942. Get them into the fucking gas chambers. There was a lot that led up to that point. There was the dehumanization of Jews, and it started with the language and ideology, the exact language and ideology that Kanye was speaking on.
Stop pointing at me, dog.
Sorry.
With the exact language.
Yeah. So when Jews hear that, they understand what that turns into better than anybody else. The reality is most non-Jews in America probably are sitting down going, there is no way there could be a Holocaust in America. And you know what? There were Jews in Germany that thought the same fucking thing. Yes. And you get taught that, and we don't. I know it because I have so many close friends that are Jews that have explained this to me, except you. Other ones. Okay. Now, the thing that Jews don't understand is that non-Jews don't learn about this. Like, you're so shocked. None of us learn about it. None of our parents tell us about it. We see Holocaust movies, and we're just like, oh, wow, that was a beautiful moment. America took out Hitler. That's fucking awful what happened. But we don't hear this is how a group of people were dehumanized and blamed for everything during a recession. We're right before a recession. This is like the worst time to be like, hey, those are the people with all the money. Those are the people with all the power. Those are the people with all the control while everyone in America is getting poor. This is like pre-World War II set up perfectly. So the Jews in America and around the world are hearing this, like one of the most influential people in the world right now is saying that we control the media and all the other, we control the banks and we control the institutions.
We own the black voice.
We own the black voice and all the other things that we heard happen in Germany. I'm sure happened in fucking Spain. I'm sure happened in every other fucking place you guys were kicked out of. Common theme. Listen.
Why they on land?
So drink champs, right? Drink champs. That's right. So Americans, white people, black people that do not know Jews and do not know the history and are not raised within the culture that really focuses on this as part of it, there's many other aspects of the culture, are looking at this and they're comparing their stereotypes to Jewish stereotypes in a vacuum. Alex is walking down the street and Alex goes, you know what, I gotta wear glasses because I'm less threatening to white people if I wear glasses even though I can see fine. He's making adjustments in his life to deal with his stereotypes. And
none of us know about.
Exactly. And then he hears stereotypes about Jews, which is like, oh, they think I own basketball teams, they think I own the media, they think I own banks. And he's like, well, give me some of them stereotypes, that shit's fire. Yes. So the average black person who does not have close Jewish friends is probably thinking that same thing and then seeing how Jews feel and then going, why are they so upset? They're just saying shit that I wish was our stereotypes. Now, Jews are hearing it going, here we go again. It's about to be the next fucking Holocaust. Yeah. Why the hell does everybody not realize this is how it happens? Because we're not taught how this turns into that.
And we're not taught it's happened throughout history. We're only taught the Holocaust. And to your point, we are taught about Kristallnacht. We might read a book about the Holocaust and a concentration camp, but we do not get taught what really happened leading up to it.
Fair. I wanted to meet in the middle somewhere where we're assuming like after a certain amount of time, like we're all in school. We all are actually absorbing. You're meeting more. I grew up in a town of Jewish people. I'm also Moroccan. A lot of the crazy shit, definitely more in the Ashkenazi upbringing. Those
because they were right there.
They were there. So that is something that I can say. But we can also say that there should be a better education on that. But the reason why, I'll give you a big reason why we actually push back on it. One, it's a tiny percentage that do have that power, but it just speaks on this thing about dual loyalty. Like you're assuming that we'll choose us before we'll choose like our best and closest friends and brothers, and we'll just go straight to that first. And that's just not true.
Right.
So.
Right. I'm just trying to say is like I understand the confusion around the Kanye comments and why different groups were upset at different things.
Yeah.
You know, like Kanye wearing a White Lives Matter shirt, it's very hard for a white person to be upset at that because a white person is never going to think that his life doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. And so you have to remove the shirt meaning and go, oh, he's distracting from this other thing that's very important to bring attention to, right? Yeah. But you're not going to get white people screaming, that's fucked up, because you look like a goofy.
Yeah.
Nobody likes those white people who are like, white people suck.
My life doesn't matter.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's why he, like you said, it wasn't that much risk in wearing the shirt. He just wanted to be provocative and get the attention.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I hopefully we all have a good understanding now why Jews reacted in the way that they did and why it seems very reasonable given what their knowledge base is, and why non-Jews reacted the way they did and why it seems reasonable to them.
Yes.
You know, to that point, because you explained
this. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
but speaking on the Kanye part of like people are just, the argument is, oh, is he crazy? Is he not crazy? But the bigger argument should be like, one of the more influential people in culture right now is passing off this message. And we're arguing about, is he crazy or not?
Which is very important also. It's like, imagine you're a Jewish guy or girl that has kids that are in school. And you know that they're watching these interviews and seeing these things on TikTok, right? And all of a sudden, in that school, there's not all Jews in the school. There's only going to be a few of them.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden they're getting bullied. Oh, does your dad own the banks? I bet you, God forbid, one of the kids' dad works the fucking bank.
Yeah.
Is your dad the reason why my bank is getting foreclosed on? Or my house getting foreclosed on? Like, are you the issues? Are you the reason? I see how there is that paranoia within the parents also, how that bullying can get
Oh,
sent
I know a
down.
ton that were like, keep that Judaism down, especially in Europe. Folks that were Jews, and now you're in that really tiny minority. It's like, keep it down. Or like in a city that doesn't have a lot of Jews. Because like the history of like, when we just a little bit on some of that of like why people say like, how do they control Hollywood? You know how the Hollywood industry started? During vaudeville, which was like, you know, I don't know, the late 1800s, 1900s, where it was like a music act and another acting. This was for poor people. Jews were poor people that did vaudeville and did the garment industry, two things that were paramount to starting Hollywood. They were immigrants that didn't speak English, so these were silent films. And this all pulled up. So the rich white Americans
makes sense.
Thought that this was lower. Movie tickets were for big crowds, very cheap, versus like limited things to go into a theater. So Jews started it that way. Actors changed their, and by the way, when they actually were making movies in Hollywood, when anti-Semitism was coming up, the Jews actually made the movies to make American culture like quintessentially American and kind of de-Jew it to make them look like they're assimilating into that world. Like, look up most Christmas songs that you guys all love are written by Jews. The Hollywood movies that make America like look like meaty American, proud to be American.
So you guys do run Hollywood.
Jews were trying to like.
Gotcha.
Wait, are you trying to say, hold on, you run Christmas? It sounds like you're saying you run Christmas.
You guys run Christmas
definitely run
and
Christmas.
Hollywood?
That's good marketing. Now, Jews
Every
running...
time he speaks, he just it's just digging deeper and deeper.
Control,
Nah,
like,
but
like
Jews
you
running
understand,
Christmas
like,
is lit. That's
again,
great.
I'd
Good for
rather
y'all.
you understand the history or say like the Jewish run media, and he's bringing up like these things of like Google that owns all these YouTube was started by two Jews. What were they? They were fucking mathematicians that created a program.
To me, it just sounds like you're saying Jews run Hollywood.
It's unbelievable.
And the media.
No.
That's what it kind of sounds like.
Truly
I
remarkable.
wish this was a silent film. I would
It's
love
one
it.
thing.
He started out. Hold on.
I don't get it.
I have to say this.
No,
he
you should
started
get it.
out.
Hold on.
No. Can I say one thing? He started out going, yeah, it's ridiculous. We do not run things. You have to understand, like when Jews started Hollywood, and then listen with the internet, like when the two Jews like created
started
Google,
Hollywood.
and then
Yeah.
we
Different
created
than
clothing with the garment
But they
industry.
were
It's
poor
like,
Jews that then became rich
fucking
Jews.
hell, bro.
Running Hollywood and having a dual agenda is a little
So
different.
you're saying movies are your soul food?
So wait, you are saying they run Hollywood, but you're saying they don't have.
No,
a
they're
dual-
That's anti-Semitic, though.
Bro, this is.
Ow, no. I only want to speak to you. Do you understand the difference? He's doing it to poke at me.
I'm not doing
I'm
a
telling
poke
you.
at
They're really just pointing out what you're saying.
So, but you understand that, like, controlling
You don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it.
Jewish-run media means that we have an agenda every single time we do something media. Versus, there's powerful people in media. There's powerful people in banks. Are they going to be bad? Are they going to be good?
Yo, y'all
I'm sure
don't
you
run,
like the good things.
Y'all don't run shit. I'm not gonna let you think you run shit.
Yo, the flip is happening.
Can we be honest? Y'all some little broke boys. Like, y'all ain't got no real pull.
Jews are not popping,
Yo,
bro.
I know. It's just like, yo, for real, dude. Yeah. Yo, y'all don't really got it like that.
Speak for a living.
I'm just
Explain
saying,
the difference.
y'all don't really got it like
they be
that. Like,
crying all the time and shit.
yeah,
Like,
but y'all don't really got it like that. Like, if we really are gonna be honest, y'all don't, Steven Spielberg hasn't made a good movie in forever. You know why? Because the Goyim was out there like, nah, fam.
Yeah, son.
You gonna try to make a fucking West Side Story?
Yeah.
No. Okay? I'm just saying, y'all
Italians
don't
really run
shit.
shit if you think about it.
You know,
Italians run shit.
Scorsese, beast.
Facts. Blacks run shit. Do you know what I mean? Jews, what do y'all run, bro?
Yeah.
Y'all fucking, you can't even get a goddamn camera on a Saturday. Do you know what I mean? You can't even keep a fucking, can't even keep a camera store open on Saturday. Yeah, and Jews run shit. I'm just saying.
Explain the difference.
The difference between what?
Running, controlling,
Y'all
and
got
just
no
being
power,
in-
bro.
Okay.
I'm tired of y'all thinking you got any power. Y'all got no power, bro.
It's like the
Eat
whole-
bacon. No. Y'all can't even eat bacon. You can't even have shrimp.
So y'all like,
Your favorite.
How you got power? You can't even eat shrimp.
Yo, you can't have shrimp.
Can't
Where's your
eat
protein
shrimp.
at, Dub?
some beef?
Come on.
Hey, we don't got power. You think we got power? You think we got power?
Yeah.
The Indian media, bro. That shit is.
The Indian media is
Richest
crazy.
man in the world is Indian.
And
Hey,
how
shut the
upset
fuck
are you
up,
at
no,
that?
shut the fuck up, bro. Son, he's trying to be pro-Semitic right now. You're not letting him.
Yeah, I'm being
Y'all ain't
pro-Semitic.
shit.
Y'all do not run Hollywood. Y'all do not run Hollywood.
No.
You can barely get a movie made.
See, now I feel better.
Thank you, right?
See? There
Now
go.
you see how fucked up it is what Kanye was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, bro.
We're done. I don't want to be your manager anymore.
Son,
None of my we don't want to manage
Son,
anything.
Dove tried to
Money out the bank.
Dove tried to turn Hollywood into soul food. This is just the scraps we were given, and we had to make it.
Yeah.
That's
Sound like
fucking
Kanye at
crazy.
the end. They were jealous.
Yes,
that is the truth,
y'all,
though.
y'all
Jealousy?
do not run no banks.
No.
Don't run no banks.
Name the banks. J.P. Morgan.
Not Jewish.
Exactly.
Chase? That's
Chase.
not a Jewish name.
Not Jewish.
That's
Goldman
more
Sachs.
German if you think about it.
Hey, Disney, the biggest movie company in the world,
Hated them Jews.
hated the Jews. Y'all don't even got Disney.
Oh, Bob Iger? The big Jew who bought Star Wars, Pixar?
Wait,
No,
wait,
he's
wait,
a
wait.
worker. That's a worker Jew.
Worker Jew.
Some would call him a field Jew.
You know what? I want to go back.
I'm just
I want to
saying.
let other people up in the
I'm
top.
just saying.
Field Jews.
Yeah, that's funny. That's all I'm saying is, yo, I'm just Marvel. Marvel. No.
What you marveling at? The lack of Jews? Me personally, nothing there.
Oh, remember, all your favorite superheroes are Jews, too. Let me explain you why.
Name them. Name them. Tony Stark.
Not Jewish. Robert Downey Jr. Nope.
Stan Lee, Bob Kirby.
Stan
Look
Lee
him
is
up.
not a superhero.
Asian.
He wrote them. He created them.
But he's not a
Stan
superhero.
Lee's a writer.
Even Stan Lee was like, they ain't gonna believe no Jewish story.
Wish fulfillment. That's why they created it. Wish fulfillment.
Also, how dare you say we don't know about Jewish history? That's fucked up. Even that is like frustrating.
Yeah.
Crystal knock, we know what that is.
That's that lemonade.
Yes.
Put it in the water, shake it up and shit. They got the powder shit.
We know everything.
Okay.